Welcome to Bookwood. Hi, I'm glad you chose to spend some time with me. I was looking forward to set up my reading journal, but also later on my bullet journal for the month of October. Not that I don't like my September setups, but October is somehow the start of fall. It is when all leaves around us become yellow and orange, and I just love the whole fall aesthetic. I didn't really want to go with a Halloween theme for my journals, so I decided to use a set of stickers that I completely accidentally encountered whilst doing some shopping for my children. The stickers didn't stick very well. They were not easy to peel off the back paper. What never happened to me with this brand. I have used it a lot of times before. And so I ended up cutting them out and sticking them in with glue. They have this harvest theme that going on that is not really extremely fall as well, but I loved the colors of it. I have sped up quite a bit the first spreads of my reading journal because by now I think most of you are quite familiar with my typical cover spread, but also my TBR and my Bibliodrive spread. Let's set up the spreads for the readathon I will be taking part in. I have chosen to go with the TBR HARVET readathon by Leandra, the TBR 0. I have participated in another readathon of hers in January and also in the October one from last year, and I really enjoyed the different styles of games that she offers to make your TBR, and I decided to use all of them. So here you see me sticking in the game board for this. This is the main challenge, I would say, and I am using for that the stickers that I bought for this same readathon last year. They make a whole different style with the rest of the spreads. This is okay to me, first of all, because they match way better the style of the readathon graphics, but also since they are for this readathon, I think that having another style than for the more monthly spreads of my setup is not a problem at all. To set up my TBR, I will be using this game board, and you will be able to see me do that later on in this video. But I also really liked the bingo that Leandra has created. The idea of this bingo is that you pick one of the around 10 boards that she offers in her graphics files, and then you follow the content of other YouTube creators that have agreed to participate, and they will give you prompts for the different numbers. What I wanted to do with that is write down at the right side of this page the prompts for the different ciphers, numbers I have, and then see if the reads I have picked out give me the opportunity to score a bingo with the prompts that were given to me. Whilst recording the voiceover for this video, I noticed that I forgot the T in prompts. Well, it has to be that way for the month, since correcting it would be way more visible than leaving it this way. The third challenge that Leandra created is this Tombs and Tomes Read or Hunt challenge. It holds 31 prompts, and I will try to hunt a book or an object for each one of these prompts and to share it with you on my Instagram page. Wish me luck, because I tend to always forget to update that one. You can find a link to it in the description box below. And just like that, my journal is already prepared. Let's make my TBR. Before we have a look into the prompts that I will be reading for in the month of October, let's have a little look at the books that I have to read for my year-long reading project. For the Year in Eldia adventure, I have as a prompt sci-fi, and I decided to read a book by a French author, which is Jean Barret, and the title is Le Monde de Julia. It is a book that it's on my TBR, it's on my wanting to read list. I have no clue how it came there, and so now I want to know what it is about and why that I put it on there. For Les Étapes Indiennes, I am going to read also a book from a French author, Les Anges de Jaipur by Éric Le Nabour. Originally, the prompt this month will be trips out of India, and I didn't came across a book that I wanted to use therefore. So this is, this French author has written a book, again, set in the 1920s. It is like the favorite time span for books in India. And it is about a couple of French people that go on a honeymoon to India. But it is not a romance, it is a thriller. I found this book in the book box at the library in Ardennes. It has been taken out of their collection, and I was attracted by the cover, and I decided that a thriller would something nice to be reading as well. And in all the books that I've read, I have never really visited Jaipur, so I'm curious to see if I can picture the city out of the descriptions in this book. For the Fit Salon, I am going to read the first book in the Chronicles of the Rainwild series, and that would be Dragon Keeper. It is divided in two parts in French, and the first one is called Dragon et Serpent. And then for my reread project, I will be reading Priestess of Avalon. We are again with the book of Marianne Zimmer-Bradley. I have this Dutch edition. It is a hardcover, and just like Lady of Avalon, it is just a blue book. It is a retelling of Helene's story, and I have no memories of this one. I have read it because I own it, but I don't know what it was about. So we'll see. I will keep you updated. I cannot tell you which book we are going to read for the Mooney Book Club. By the time I'm filming this, the book has not been chosen yet. I will start in this little corner here. And I have picked this dice that has, that goes to 12. So the first one is 7. And let's go with clockwise movements. We will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hobby break. Well, I am most certainly doing this to go through my TBR, and I would like to try to collect the ghosts and the cats. So for the first cat we passed, we need to read a book at night, which is when I read the most, so my physical books. So I will need one for that. And the ghost here is linked to the BIPOC author. And I think that I have just the book for that. For this prompt, I am going to read Return to the Moriazaki Library by Satoshi Yagisawa. It is linked to my hobby, so I absolutely want to use this game to find prompts, and so I'm not going to do a break to do something else. I am going to read. That's my hobby. And passing by Cats and Ghosts, I fell on a BIPOC author, which a Japanese author is, and I should read 51% of this book at night. I picked this one for several reasons. One, it came in at the library. It will also finish me up this duology, and it is not that big of a book, so I will be able to read most of it at night. The next prompt will take us to scenic reading. For scenic reading, I had to go browse my Goodreads want to read list to find a book, and I ended on deciding on 6 Crimson Crowns by Elizabeth Lim. It is starting a new duology. It is something I wanted to avoid, being it nearly the end of the year and having a goal of not having too much active series at the end of the year. But it was like the only one that I had on there with a scenic cover. And it is one that I have also wanted to read for a while. So I guess this is the right time for it. For my third prompt, which is hot and cold, I am also starting a new series. Most of the time I have two, three series going on Audible, and I didn't do that for a while, trying to listen to the standalones that I downloaded, and I am almost through them. And so I decided to go with a book from a French author, which is called Ines Heck, and the book is called Brasier, which is a very hot big fire. And it is the first book in the series, which is called La Sorcière Noquel, or the Witch Noquel. It is a series that my husband recommended to me, so I am not even looking very much into what it is about, and I will just let myself go along with the flow of this story, because most of the time my husband's recommendations are very good ones. I rolled a fourth time and I came on LGBTQEI plus rep, and eventually with the letters BOO in the title and or the author's name. And again, I went through the audiobooks, because some of the standalones that I really want to listen to are disappearing. So I tried to put them in here. And this is how I decided on If We Were Villains by ML Rio. It has been on my wanting to read list for a long while. I have downloaded it from Audible included a few months ago, and I still didn't get to it. So let's jump on the occasion to slide this book in this challenge. With my next roll, I ended on a series read, and I passed by a few ghosts and cats, and so I added a 5-star prediction, a treat yourself, and a highly anticipated extra prompts. And I decided on Dragon et Serpent by Robin Hobb. It is the first part of the book Dragon Keepers, which is the next one in the Fitzalong books. And all I know is we go back to the Rainlands, and again, I will just dive into this book without knowing much more about it. I decided to go for one more roll, since I didn't came to a high page count or a high listening time yet. And for my 6th roll, that gave me a book in a comfort genre. And for that, I have picked out Le Temps des Brumes by Alain de Puységur. This is also a French author. I have read earlier this year the 2nd book in Le Manoir de Castelcats series, and the 3rd one has come out and is available in the library. And this is a middle grade book where the main characters are cats, and it is a fantasy. It is a series that I find very cozy, and I decided that I will go read this one. And probably we will also be able to ask what my son thinks about this, because he's going to read it as well. For my prompts, 7th and 8th, I will discuss the books together. My 7th prompt was a series read, and if I could add the letters CAT and BOO in the title and the author's name, that would be great. And I again went for a deep dive in my want to read list, and I fall upon this manga series, which is called La Sorcière aux Champignons, by Higuchi Toshibana, which gives me all of these letters. And it's a series that I have on my radar for a while that wasn't available at the library, but now it is. So I will be reading the first 2 volumes of this series, because the second book can absolutely go into the cover choice prompt that I had next. I saw this manga online. I really loved the art, and this is mostly what attracts me to manga, more like fantasy stories with a very nice art. So I will read these 2 volumes for these 2 prompts. And I went for one more prompt that gives me 9 prompts, and that was to go get a prompt from another reading challenge or readathon. And I decided to stay in the TBR HARVET zone, and I went to the how's it called? Tombs and Tomes challenge, and I went with the cover black, and that gave me the opportunity to add one audiobook, which is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V. Schwab. This is also a book that is going out of the included books on Audible, so I absolutely wanted to listen to it before it wasn't available anymore. And I brought that book in for this last challenge. I decided to stop rolling there. I am at a nice, somewhat higher page count than I have read the last few months. For my listening time, I am in a good place. And also, I ended on a space that's on the outside of the board, and that is a jack-o'-lantern, like the space I decided to start on, and I thought that made a circle round. Let's flip through all the pages I created for October, and whilst we do that, please let me know in the comments in what readathon you will be taking part in. Are you more a harvest person or more a Halloween person? And please never hesitate to leave me any recommendations in the comments as well. I am especially on the lookout for some good horror books. I wish you all an incredible, fun reading month. See you soon!